Hi, John here. I want to show you an app I recently installed on my iPad called Humanoids. It's another app that lets you read comics. It's from the Humanoids publishing company that obviously publish quite quirky comics. I'm going to go to my main page here, which is the catalogue button. As you can see here, you have a layout of comics that are available for you to read or buy. Let me start by saying this is a great app. It's very, very easy to use. Discovery is really good within it, and the user experience is very good too. You are presented on the main catalogue page with a list of new releases, and obviously it defaults, if you look at the top left part of the screen, it does default to new releases, which is obviously a good way of doing things, staying up to date with what's going on. But I do like on the left hand side these buttons that let you jump between different ways of discovering the comics. Obviously there's a free comics here which allow you to download the first issue and get you hooked on the series, but also you can see what's most popular. Humanoids publish quite a lot of European artists and writers. I really discovered Humanoids after reading The Incal, which is a very, very some people call it highbrow. I mean, I think it's brilliant. It is quirky as hell. If you're a fan of the more, I don't want to use the word realistic, but standardized narratives in comics like the DC and Marvel comics, although quite often they can be crazy. The Incal is even crazier. It's like an acid-fueled dream. But I do love Moebius. I'm a big fan of his artwork. And I have fallen in love with Alejandro's Jodorowsky's writing. The collaboration between Moebius and Jodorowsky is brilliant, and The Incal is a really, really crazy but interesting series. I'm a big fan of retro sci-fi art as well, and Moebius is definitely, he falls under that genre. Expect more reviews of comics from this app on the site soon. Going back to the main page, I also like the fact you can browse by genre, and you can see in sort of the middle left area here you've got the different genres, and it's good. It's very easy to see straight away just from the previews the real sort of changes in style between perhaps action, adventure, and sci-fi. So if it really does suit your mood, you can search exactly what you want for a particular time if you're into your sci-fi that week. And obviously each one of these has some very sort of typical issues for the series. I also like the fact that you can search for an author, and I'll go back and search for Jodorowsky there. You can see straight away it will search for all the I think it's author, but also if I search for artist, I think it should search for those as well. So I'll just try Moebius and see if it comes up with Moebius as well. And there you go. So for me it's quite nice to see, just searching by artist is quite cool as well, if I like their art style. The news section is quite good as well. I like the fact that it shows you things you wouldn't necessarily search for. And it is a real sort of labour of love here, in that it shows you previews of the comics, but also shows you hard copies that you can buy as well. And I think for a comic lover, this is a really good app. It's really, really respects the desires of a comic lover. And I also like the fact that the layout is very similar to our site. I like this sort of panel style. So yeah, much love there for that style. You can also add favourites. I've cleared all mine out just to show you. So if I go to the favourites section, if I go back to the catalogue now and show you, just choose a book, and I'm going to go back to my sci-fi and choose my Meta Barons. I can just go on to each one. And if I do read a series, I can just tap at the favourites at the top, and there we go. I go back to my favourite section. It's there. It's in sci-fi. Okay, well, what is the actual experience like for reading comics? Well, if I go into that comic, Meta Barons, for instance, I can read it in two different ways. Now, the killer feature is being able to stream it online. I can read it without actually having to store any of the comics on my iPad. My iPad is fairly low capacity in terms of storage space, and I do find I'm always having to take things off and put things on to be able to read things or play games on it. So being able to actually read online, I'll just tap on the read online section, and it does actually even remember where you last were, so you don't even lose your place. For me, that's a killer feature, and it puts this app above all other apps I've got that I read comics on, because as long as I've got a Wi-Fi connection, I can read any comic I want at any time without worrying about storage space. And I think it's a really, really clever idea. You can, of course, download these to read offline as well. And that's also a great feature. And they don't seem to take up too much space either. If you do download them, you can then pinch and zoom. I don't think you can when you stream them online. That's the only difference, and the pinch to zoom is limited on this. You don't get panel flow or guided reading on these, because the author, I think the actual makers behind the app, have decided that these comics should be seen in full screen. They should be appreciated in full screen, or as close as you can get to a full screen experience. So that's just the decision they've made. Excuse me. But all in all, I think it's a really, really good app. It's very clean, it's very pure, it's very easy to use, and discovery is really good. So thank you for watching, and do like and follow us on YouTube and Facebook, and keep an eye out for reviews on the site and more videos. Thank you.